Guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Nia, and today, well actually yesterday, marked the start of Mental Health Awareness Month. So for today's video, I'm going to bring you tips and tricks on how I deal with my anxiety and stress. So let's get into the video. Just a disclaimer, just because these might work for me doesn't mean that it might work for you. I just want to help everyone out there, just know that you're not alone, you're not struggling by yourself. There's other people out there who struggle with the same thing that you struggle with, like me, and we should all help each other out. So if you do have any more tips and tricks, leave it in the comments down below, because I would love to hear it, because I still struggle with this every day. So I would love to hear more ways that I can deal with it. So let's all help each other out. Okay, you guys, so for tip number one on how I deal with my stress is I try, keyword try, to get my work done early and not procrastinate, because the longer I procrastinate, the more I just stress out. And I know it's hard, because I be the ones on the day before like, okay, let me just do this work. It's due at 11:59, it's 10 o'clock, I got an hour to do it. Like, you know, I'm that girl, I get it. But I promise you, if you try to get work done early, like a week ahead or 2 weeks ahead, it will just take so much stress out of you, and you will just feel so much better, and you'll have so much more free time to not stress and do what you want to do. So get your work done early. I know it's hard, but I promise it'll make you stress less. Tip number two has to do more with people who have anxiety, like related to traveling or driving or whatever, because I struggle with car anxiety. When I travel, I have a little bit of anxiety. I'm not as anxious as I am when I'm driving, but I do have like a heightened sense. So I do struggle with car anxiety, which means like anytime before I'm about to get in the car or while I'm driving, I do get extremely anxious. Doesn't mean I'm a bad driver, and those of you out there who, you know, try to make fun of your friends or try to like call them out for having anxiety while driving doesn't make the situation easier. It just adds more anxiousness to them. So don't do that. If your friend comes to you and they're like, oh, I struggle with car anxiety, don't be like, oh, that means you can't drive. No, it doesn't mean I can't drive. They just feel a little anxious when they're behind the wheel. So, because I can drive, I can't park, but I can drive. But anyways, the point that I'm trying to make is before I drive or travel anywhere, I know this is a good or bad thing, but it's just what I do. I try to come up with like a plan, and I try to like map out where I'm going before I go there, because it just eases my tension a little bit, especially when I'm driving. If I just know my directions a little bit better. Of course, I still have the GPS on when I'm driving or whatever, but it just eases my tension a little bit and my anxiety to know that, okay, well, this is where I'm going, this is how long, this is what exit I have to get off. Obviously, things come up that you can't control. So that's why I said I don't know if it's a good or bad tip, because I don't know how to come back that. But I do try my best to come up with a plan to the best of my abilities of where I'm going, know where I'm going, how long I'm going to take to get there. So, and that just eases my anxiety a little bit before I drive. So the third thing I do to combat my anxiety is I love just going on walks and clearing my head, and it just makes me feel so much less anxious. Like, to just go on walks, I try not to be on my phone. I try to just focus on me. I have music playing. Like, I just try to just relieve that stress, relieve that anxiety, and just have a moment to myself where it's just all about me. I'm walking, I'm clearing my mind, I'm, you know, and that time I could be talking to God, I could be talking to myself. Like, it's just my personal time to just clear my mind, which just helps. And another thing that helps, which is my next tip, is to journal, y'all. I can't express how much journaling helps me as well, because, you know, not all the time you're gonna have somebody that you can go to talk to, or you're just not gonna have that accessibility, you know, right then and there. So journaling just helps to get everything out on paper, and oh my God, it's just like, I'm able to like pour my heart out into this book, and you can just be honest with yourself. You can say anything you want, because you're the only one who's going to see it. So I would say journaling helps so much. And you can talk about whatever. It could be dumb, it could be funny, it could be stupid, it could be sad, it could be however you're feeling. I would say journal about it, and promise you it feels so much better. My next tip into dealing with stress is to do something fun for yourself. When you have that free time, when you have a weekend, go do something fun. I don't care what it is. It could be you laying in bed watching Netflix. It can be you going to hang out with your friends. Like whatever you consider fun, do something fun for you. And like that will honestly help with your stress because you're not stressing so much about all the work that you have to get done and everything else in your life that's making you anxious. So just do something fun for you, and that just one thing, I promise, like it's just a breath of fresh air. Like go skating, go bowling, and go do something, do something fun for you. Which my next tip, which kind of relates to doing something fun for you, is to just take time out of the day for yourself. That helps with both stress and anxiety, because again, that time out of the day could be when you journal, it could be when you walk. That time out of the day could just be you just laying down and doing nothing for like 5-10 minutes or an hour, like however long. Take some time out of every day just for you, where you're not bothered with nobody else, where you're not bothered with work, where you're not stressed about just life in general, or you're not feeling anxious about anything. Just take time out for you and just relax, calm down, do your nails, do your hair, put some makeup on, take a nice bubble bath, shower, something. Just do something nice for you. Take some time out of the day for you, where you don't have to worry about anybody else but you. For my next tip, this has to do more when you're actually feeling anxious, like you're in the moment, like you're going through an anxious moment. So I know it sounds cheesy, but for me, when I'm feeling very anxious, I just like to take deep breaths, and like sometimes I put my hand on my chest to like I can feel my heart slow down, because when I'm feeling anxious, just everything gets heightened, all my feelings get heightened. So just taking the time to just breathe, calm down. If you need to come up with a plan, make a plan. If you need to write it down, write about it. Like just in the moment, if you're really feeling anxious, just that one just breath. And I say just do it like about 5 times or however much you need. And it helps me. I don't know if it's gonna help everyone, but I just know when I'm in like a very anxious moment at the time and I don't have any other outlet, the best thing I can do for myself is to just let myself breathe about it. So and for my final tip, which I think is the most important tip, is to talk to somebody. Okay, I'm not just talking about a therapist, although I think therapy is very beneficial. I feel like everybody should look into it. It helps so much. I'm in therapy. I know it's like a taboo, I feel like, topic to talk about, but it does help. I love it. I like having somebody else who I'm not really connected to talk to and, you know, get advice and everything, and it helps me through a lot. But if you don't have access to a therapist, talk to your friends, talk to your family, talk to somebody you trust, whether that's a mentor, whether that's a teacher, or somebody who you can trust and you can confide in. Like just talking about your issues in itself, it's therapeutic. It helps with my anxiety so much. So just talk about it. I know it can be, you know, weird or strange, or you might feel nervous about it, but that is like the most important tip that I can tell, because when you talk about stuff, when you actually get it out, it just brings another sense of positivity to your life. So I would say talk about it to someone. I promise it will help you. Alright, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm so happy for Mental Health Awareness Month. Hopefully I'll be doing more videos related to mental health this month. I have a lot of people in my life who I'm able to talk to about mental health in a positive way. One being my sister, who I'm about to shout out, which her page is Bridge to Therapy. I'll leave it in the link below. She's a licensed therapist in Atlanta, and I actually got some of these tips from her. So check out her page as well, and check out other people's pages who just bring you positivity when it comes to your mental health. And make sure you give this video a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And of course, I'll be back soon with more videos. Bye.